Discipline, lessons for a life of self-discipline. Thus, as we unravel the deeper layers of the battle against unbridled pleasure, we discover that true discipline goes beyond momentary resistance. It is a constant commitment to understand, accept, and shape our relationship with pleasure, transforming it into a source of authenticity and lasting achievement. 2. Seek voluntary discomfort, strengthening the challenges of adversity. In the wake of the inspiring lessons of the Roman philosopher Seneca, entering the territory of voluntary discomfort reveals a journey of singular growth. Seneca, rich in heritage, chose to live in challenging conditions, recognizing that such a choice not only strengthened him, but also provided a unique perspective on life. By drawing parallels with this ancient practice, we understand that seeking voluntary discomfort is not an escape but an intentional embrace of challenges. It is a conscious choice to expose yourself to uncomfortable situations, not as masochism, but as a tool to develop resilience. Each experience of voluntary discomfort functions as a training for the mind and spirit, enabling us to face the vicissitudes of existence with a renewed resolution. Just as Seneca saw in discomfort an opportunity to gain perspective on the daily difficulties of her fellow citizens, we, consciously seeking discomfort, forge a resilience that becomes our ally in the face of adversity. As we contemplate the search for voluntary discomfort, we are invited to transcend comfort zones to which growth is limited. Every uncomfortable situation, every challenge chosen, is a step towards an authenticity that can only be found in overcoming obstacles. The lesson is clear: resilience is not an innate quality, but rather a skill cultivated through conscious willingness to face discomfort. As we adopt this philosophy in our journey, we realize that discomfort is not an enemy, but an ally in forging character and determination. Every discomfort embraced becomes a cornerstone in building a resilient mindset, empowering us to embrace life in all its complexity with courage and dignity. Today, we will explore 7 powerful lessons on self-discipline and emotional control, drawn from the book, Discipline is Destiny, The Power of Self-Control, written by Ryan Holiday. Discipline is not only a moral concept, but a way to avoid unnecessary suffering and the negative consequences of yielding to impulses and desires without restrictions. 1. Battle against unbridled pleasure, unraveling the layers of self-discipline. In the incessant search for self-discipline, the first lesson, the battle against rampant pleasure, reveals a constant challenge in our lives. Understanding that our body often gives in to the appeals of immediate pleasure is the starting point. It's like deciphering a complex puzzle, where impulsive choices can lead us down paths of regret and discomfort. Self-discipline is not limited to deprivation, it is an intricate balance between responsibility and understanding of our own limits. It is the ability to discern between what brings momentary gratification and what contributes to our long-term well-being. In this context, intelligence plays a crucial role, guiding us in making conscious decisions amid daily temptations. As we plunge into the deep waters of discipline, we discover that it is the antithesis of simple denial of pleasures, it is intelligent mastery over our ephemeral desires. It is to recognize that by understanding and respecting our own limits, we build the foundations of a disciplined and meaningful life. In this incessant clash between instantaneity and responsibility, discipline emerges as the compass that guides us away from the storms of excesses. Every conscious choice, every step towards balance, contributes to a journey where self-discipline is not just a concept, but a constant practice of self-discovery and growth. 3. Stopping is power. Eisenhower's legacy in self-discipline. Eisenhower's remarkable trajectory gives us a profound lesson on self-discipline, evidenced by his decisive act of quitting smoking once and for all. In this account, we find a narrative that transcends the simple renunciation of smoking. It is a testimony to the intrinsic power that lies in stopping. As we look at the example of the former president, we are urged to reflect on the choices we make regarding our habits. The ability to interrupt, to say no to harmful behaviors, is a powerful demonstration of mastery over our own body and mind. Eisenhower's decision to quit smoking was not just a matter of personal health, it was an affirmation of self-control and a declaration of priority to healthy living. Questioning the usefulness of our habits becomes crucial. Are we truly benefiting our existence or inadvertently becoming slaves to patterns that undermine our quality of life? The intrinsic message is clear: stopping is not just a pause, but an act of empowerment. It is the recognition that by freeing ourselves from harmful habits, we make way for a fuller and healthier life. Eisenhower's example not only inspires us to give up addictions, but also challenges us to question whether our daily choices are aligned with a life we truly value. Ultimately, stopping is power, transcends the simple act of abandoning a habit. It is an affirmation of autonomy and a conscious decision to prioritize health and well-being. By following this example, we can free ourselves from the chains of bad habits and shape a more promising and authentic future. 4. Live in moderation, Kateo and the art of frugal resilience. The timeless wisdom of Cato the Elder resonates as an echo through the ages, inspiring us to live in moderation in a world often shrouded in excess. The frugal philosophy of the Roman sage not only incites simplicity, but serves as a guide to strengthening our resilience in the face of adversity. Cato's deliberate choice to avoid unnecessary luxuries transcends the mere pursuit of the economy. It is a declaration of independence. By renouncing the superfluous, he claims control over his life, making himself less vulnerable to external manipulation. For Cato, simplicity is more than an aesthetic preference, it is a shield against influences that seek to divert the course of our lives. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with appeals to consumption and extravagance, Cato's message resonates as a call to reflection. The idea of living in moderation is not just an economic practice, but an expression of self-discipline and resistance to the rampant consumer society. The frugality of Cato the Elder is not an effort to deprive oneself of comforts, but rather a conscious choice to value what is essential. This minimalist approach not only simplifies life, but also provides a sense of freedom in getting rid of the shackles of excess. Thus, by following Cato's lesson, we embrace not only a simpler life, but also strengthen our resilience to challenges. Living in moderation becomes a declaration of autonomy, allowing us to tread our path firmly amid the pressures of modern society. 5. Slow to higher speeds, the Octavian lesson. The story of Octavian, who later became Augustus, emerges as a beacon of wisdom, highlighting the importance of constant and consistent progress, even if it is gradual. The path to success is not just about speed, but efficiency and correctness in our actions. Octavian, in leading Rome toward greatness, did not rush, but took a slow and deliberate approach. His journey to power was marked by a disciplined pace, where every step was carefully calculated. This example reminds us that real progress is rooted in the consistency and quality of actions, not mere speed. The metaphor of slowing down to reach higher speeds resonates as wise advice for modern times. We live in an age of constant urgency, where anxiety to act quickly often obscures the importance of acting correctly. Octavian's lesson highlights that by embracing a disciplined pace, we are able to avoid pitfalls arising from impulsive decisions. We must learn to deal with our own anxiety to act quickly and understand that true success is built over time. By slowing down, we gain clarity, accuracy, and the ability to make informed decisions. Haste often leads us to dangerous shortcuts. Wisdom lies in adopting a steady pace, allowing us to move safely toward our goals. 6. Embracing difficulty, the story of George IV and Theodore Roosevelt. By comparing King George IV's life choices with those of former President Theodore Roosevelt, an undeniable truth emerges: the quest for a challenging and active life leads to meaningful and rewarding achievements. George IV, known for his love of indulgence, reached a point where his health deteriorated due to a careless lifestyle. Your resistance to making healthy choices vividly illustrates how avoiding challenges and embracing comfort often results in adverse consequences. His story serves as a wake-up call, showing that giving in to every immediate desire can lead to a life filled with regret. In contrast, Theodore Roosevelt chose to embrace difficulty from a young age. Born weak and facing health problems such as asthma, Roosevelt chose a different path. He made physical activity a priority, engaging in a variety of sports and physical exercises throughout his life. His attitude reflects the belief that an active, challenging and purposeful life is the key to achieving great things. The lesson we can draw from these stories is clear: hard life is often the best life. Choosing to face challenges, staying active and committed to one's own well-being not only strengthens physical health, but also contributes to a lasting sense of accomplishment. Like Roosevelt, who resisted the limitations imposed by his health, we can choose a life that challenges us to overcome obstacles and become better versions of ourselves. By embracing difficulty, we follow a path of personal growth, resisting complacency and finding meaning in every challenge overcome. Difficult life, full of purpose and constant effort, thus becomes the true source of lasting achievements and genuine happiness. 7. The power of silence, lessons from the Spartans. The Spartans, renowned masters of self-discipline, possessed a unique wisdom about the power of silence. For them, saying less meant saying more, choosing powerful words, and resisting the temptation to speak unnecessarily. In a modern world saturated with constant communication, the Spartans' lesson on the appreciation of silence remains more relevant than ever. In a context where technology encourages us to share our opinions at all times, the Spartans remind us of the strength contained in the act of speaking less. They understood that every word uttered should carry with it a profound and impactful meaning. This approach not only gave weight to his words, but also cultivated an aura of respect and authority around him. Modern society often pressures us to fill every pause in conversation, to participate in incessant discussions and to share our thoughts in abundance. However, the lesson of the Spartan suggests a more careful approach. It is not necessary to verbalize every thought that passes through our mind, nor should we feel the obligation to contribute at every moment. Silence, when used wisely, becomes a powerful tool for conveying depth and meaning. In learning from the Spartans, we realize that silence is not only the absence of words, but a deliberate choice of when and how to express our thoughts. This choice becomes a more effective form of communication, allowing us to highlight what really matters and convey a more impactful message. Therefore, amid the constant noise of contemporary society, reserving moments of silence is not just a pause, but a conscious strategy. By mastering the art of saying less, we discover that our words acquire a force that resonates more deeply, providing a more meaningful and authentic communication. By applying these lessons to our everyday lives, we strengthen not only our self-discipline, but we also shape our destiny. Discipline is not a restriction, but a powerful tool to build a meaningful and fulfilled life. The choice is in our hands. Choosing self-discipline is choosing the path to success and lasting satisfaction. Thank you for embarking on this journey with us. Subscribe to our channel, let your like and have an amazing day.